of age, and he attends St Peter's School in Newton. He plays for Newton Minis, and his favourite team, would you believe, is Widnes, and his favourite player, Jamie tells me, is Jonathan Davis. Well, he just might change his opinion after this match this afternoon, because this Runcorn side, although being a little bit disappointing of late, well, perhaps this afternoon they produced the goods. A Runcorn side that lines up at Tommy Rawlinson at full-back, Sean Barrow on the right-hand side, Norman Barrow inside FM, Sean Dolan and Alan Burrows make up the three-quarter line, and the half-back pairing of Gary Forbert and Willie Johnson. Jeff Dean, Paul Cooney and Frank Goody are the front three, and a back three of Chris Arkwright, Stuart Turner and Simon Chappell is a strong one. The Runcorn substitutes this afternoon, Terry Rose wearing the 14 shirt and Dean Goulding at 15. Facing the Keighley side, of course, that knocked Runcorn out of the Challenge Cup and then got the 2 points in the league as well. And a Keighley side that lines up this afternoon with Wayne Race at full-back, Pat Mitchell on the right wing, Gary Coulter at number 3, Andy Stevenson and Jeff Butterfield make up the three-quarter line, and a half-back pairing of Keith Dixon and Heath Godfrey. Front row of Greg Keighley, Aidan Kelly and Ray Priestley, and a back three of Mark Furbank, Phil Stevenson and Andy Gascoigne. And the Keighley substitutes this afternoon, Phil Murphy and Kevin Rose, and the referee, Mr Asquith from York. Well, conditions just about perfect, and if Mr Asquith can keep a firm grip on proceedings, we should see an excellent game. Runcorn, well, will we see a lot of points from them? We'll have to wait and see. I know Alan Bishop's very, very keen to get another win under his belt, and it could be forthcoming this afternoon. Not take things for granted though, because this Keighley side, coached by the experienced Tony Fisher, of course will have other ideas. And Keighley certainly do have one or two useful players in the lineup. So where we go at this kick-off, and there's quite a good crowd here at Holton Road this afternoon. Obviously wanting to see some good rugby league from this Runcorn outfit as well. A Runcorn side that's just beginning to get their act together. Willie Johnson very much the inspiration of this Runcorn Highfield outfit, and of course with the calibre of players like Simon Chappell and Chris Arkwright and Stuart Turner, well, things looking much better for Runcorn Highfield. A Keighley side, well, we'll not have to dismiss them lightly, because they have some experience in the side as well. Heath Godfrey is a former Bradford Northern player, the number 7, and with Andy Gascoigne at loose forward, the ex-Bramley Hull and Leeds player, well, not without experience. And the Keighley side just enjoying possession, that's Jeff Butterfield on the left-hand side, coming infield where he's met by 3 Runcorn defenders, Chris Arkwright being one of them. Godfrey a little bit of a sleep there, acting out back, but just strides over the halfway line. Aidan Kelly is the number 9 for Keighley, but the man who could cause 1 or 2 problems is the number 8, Greg Keighley, the big New Zealander, very strong prop forward. So obviously Runcorn will have to be aware of the threat from the New Zealander. But the defence, well, in the form of Simon Chappell and Sean Dolan, they're looking firm enough. Heath Godfrey then for Keighley, looking to take this Runcorn defence on, not making too much progress though, because the tackle from Stuart Turner is a good one. Crowd, of course, very much behind this Runcorn side as the kick from Dixon goes deep. Tommy Rawlinson safe enough despite the attentions of Ray Priestley, the number 10 for Keighley. And of course this Runcorn side, well, very eager to please. They like to play the football, given the opportunities, but inside that 25 though, not the ideal place to do it. Willie Johnson playing the ball back. Jeff Dean coming forward, but Keighley well showing there too, can defend in the form of Phil Stevenson. So the kick downfield, and that ball will be picked up. Well, it was going to be picked up, but that could be the first scrum of the game, or is the referee allowed play on? I think he's allowed play on. So Pat Mitchell will play the ball back and play just inside that Keighley half. A Keighley side are willing to move the ball as well. They fancy the chances here this afternoon. As I said earlier, they've already beaten Runcorn Highfield twice this season, but both those games, of course, at Lockholm Lane. And obviously a different kettle of fish here as Wayne Race takes play off just a little bit further into that Runcorn Highfield half. Ray Priestley on the charge, but Runcorn once again holding firm. Frank Goody the defensive man, but Keighley with the penalty. Runcorn Highfield offending there, so a chance for the number 6. That's Keith Dixon to push his side within striking distance, certainly of that Runcorn 25. So Runcorn will have the defending to do as big Greg Harley comes on the charge, dealt with though by the Runcorn defence. And now good work by Tommy Rawlins. No, that's excellent play by the Runcorn Highfield fullback. Game just about 4 minutes old, and well, Runcorn is still to test the Keighley defence. They don't want to play too much rugby in their own 25 as Willie Johnson tries to set Chris Arkwright free, and it's a good run by the former St Helens player. The kick ahead and the chase is on, but that's gathered easily enough, and here's Wayne Race taking play almost back to that Runcorn 25. Wayne Race, the full-back formerly with Bramley. Heath Godfrey switching it back inside, but you can see those 3 Runcorn defenders, Frank Goodyear being one of them, Jeff Dean eager with the defensive duties. And Andy Stevenson also feeling the power of that Sean Dolan tackle. But Keighley, well, still enjoying possession. Godfrey with a long one. Dixon decides to come inside, and that was a knock-on. So this will be the first scrum of the afternoon. Possession should go to Runcorn Highfield because the advantages lie with them. Willie Johnson, very experienced campaigner, puts the ball in, but in fact leaves it to Simon Chappell. Oh, Simon Chappell says an outrageous dummy, and Simon Chappell on the run. Oh, he goes round Wayne Race, and Simon Chappell races away. This could be the first try of the afternoon. It is. Simon Chappell, the Australian, scores a quite magnificent try right from the base of that scrum. Willie Johnson allowed Simon Chappell to pick the ball up. The Australian sold an outrageous dummy, and when he did that, the pathway was clear, or partly clear. It was blocked by Wayne Race, but Simon Chappell, showing what a good player he is, went round the Keighley full-back and raced in to dive over for an excellent try. And just about 6 minutes on the clock, and surely Norman Barrow will make no mistake with this conversion. What a start for Runcorn Highfield. Norman Barrow then, wearing the number 3 shirt this afternoon, can strike a ball well. And surely he won't miss with this one. Puts the ball right between the uprights. So what have we had? Just about 6.5 minutes, and already it's Runcorn Highfield 6, Keighley 0.
Runcorn Highfield 6, Keighley 0.
So a dream start for Runcorn Highfield, and really was a splendid try by Simon Chappell. So we'll see what kind of reply Keighley can provide. Sean Dolan, man with the ball from the kick-off. Plays full back and loose forward, but wearing the number 4 shirt this afternoon, Sean Dolan. Good player. And there's another good player, Stuart Turner, passing the ball out, and Runcorn just progressing up that far side touchline as we look at it. Here's Chris Arkwright. The Keighley defenders quick to converge on him. Kick downfield, and going to be picked up by Jeff Butterfield. Oh, but a good tackle by Simon Chappell. That's what Runcorn would want to do. Bring Keighley down inside their own 25, but Wayne Race has other ideas. Before the tackle from Arkwright halts his progress. Keighley now preferring to go up the short side, but still moving the ball about, coming infield. Godfrey, a long pass. But that's a good tackle by Alan Burrows. Well in by for Runcorn Highfield, number 5.
Tighten up, get hold of him, come on!
Keighley enjoying the possession, but Runcorn Highfield enjoying the lead. But there's another penalty against Runcorn Highfield, so obviously they'll have to watch that the discipline doesn't let them down, because obviously they don't want to be giving free kicks away and allowing Keighley the advantage, because Keighley, well, they're trying to make Runcorn pay, and who can blame them for that? This Keighley side, I've seen on 1 or 2 occasions this season, they can play some good football. To be fair to them, they do lack 1 or 2 of the better players. Jason Donnelly now gone home, and of course Carlton Farrell not in the side this afternoon, so obviously Tony Fisher, good coach, but has a big job on his hands. As Andy Gascoigne flicks the ball away to Dixon, but it's not a good one by the number 6, and I think the referee will say that that will be a scrum down, a knock on.
Come release, same again, come on!
Well, this time Runcorn get the differential penalty, not picking correctly, says Mr. Asquith, so that'll be welcomed by the Runcorn side, and it'll give a chance for Norman Barrow to push his side down that far side touchline, and he does exactly that. Willie Johnson trying to set things up and doing well. Sean Dolan, and Alan Burrows just couldn't take that one. But just showing that the willingness to attack Runcorn, even from their own 25. You saw Sean Dolan there breaking, and Alan Burrows on the left-hand side just couldn't accept the final pass. Had he done so, well, it might have caused 1 or 2 problems for Keighley. As it is, the scrum going down, and of course this time Keighley will be favourites possession, but already I think Runcorn Highfield looking to make a substitution very, very early, and it looks as though Gary Forber, the number 6 card, is being held up, so Gary Forber looks as though he's going to come off when the referee spots him, but in the meantime Keighley have possession. In fact, Terry Rose is on and Gary Forber has gone off. I think you'll see that Terry Rose will move into the centre position, and that will allow Norman Barrow to come and play in the standoff role. Keighley losing possession, and Terry Rose, well, his first touch. Possession to Runcorn. Frank Goodyear attacked in half-back. Seeks out Arkwright. But play just being held up almost on the centre spot there. Runcorn Highfield going left to right and keeping the ball alive. Willie Johnson, the provider, but Simon Chappell just had to accept the pass and the tackle of Ray Peasley. Bright sunshine here at Orton Road, and Stuart Turner flicking the ball out of the tackle. Willie Johnson has to do the tidying up to Sean Dolan. Sean Dolan looks visible, but he can't get the pass in, because all credit to that Keighley defender. I think Keith Godfrey it was, did well. Johnson with a kick. It's much too strong, so that would be a tap on the Keighley 25. Tony Fisher, the Keighley coach, ex-international, very, very good hooper in his time, very experienced man. He can bet he'll have the tactics worked out. He knows his side face a difficult task here, because Runcorn have been showing of late that they're getting a good side together now, and it's all credit to the connections here at Horton Road. But Keighley putting the pressure on. Oh, but that ball has been lost in the tackle. I think Heath Godfrey not concentrating there for a second, and the ball went loose. The referee quite rightly saying the knock on, so once again Runcorn will have the advantage of the put in. Willie Johnson puts the ball in, and the referee saying that shall be a free kick for Keighley, handing out in the scrum, so a chance here for Keighley to put a little bit of pressure on. The standoff is Keith Dixon. Keith Dixon puts the ball down this near side touchline. Keith Dixon, well, put his side in a good position. So Runcorn have the defending to do, and we'll see if Keighley can put them under pressure. Priestley, the big number 10, drives in hard. It's a good tackle from Jeff Dean. Aidan Kelly attacked in half-back, from to Godfrey, going right to left. This is Andy Gascoigne, but the Runcorn Highfield defence holding firm. Godfrey once again, switching it back inside to Aidan Kelly. Anxious moments now for this Runcorn Highfield side, although Stuart Turner is in with a good tackle. Playing the ball back to Gascoigne. Gascoigne once again to Ray Priestley. Putting the pressure on. Good tackle from Goodyear. What's the danger? But asking the questions, this Keighley side now. Gascoigne. Oh, a long foot pass out. But thankfully Alan Burrows and Sean Dolan just read the situation beautifully there for Runcorn Highfield. But this Keighley side just beginning to ask the questions now. This Runcorn Highfield. And Greg Harley with the chip through. Oh, anxious moments here on. That's a try. That is a try for Keighley rather. So Keighley hitting back. It was a good try too. The little grubber kick catching Runcorn Highfield unawares. And so Keighley hitting back in the best possible manner. 6 points to 4, and we've had just 16 minutes play. But all credit to that Keighley side. Stretching Runcorn Highfield, and then the little grubber kick. And the try was on. And it's left a comfortable conversion for Keith Dixon. Should he put this one between the uprights? Well, the side's back on level terms. And Keith Dixon does exactly that. So it's Runcorn Highfield 6, Keighley 6.
Frank Harley, try converted by number 6, Keith Dixon.
Come on, Ronco!
So Keith Dixon with that conversion from that try. So now, what will be the response be from Alan Bishop's men?
Come on, let's have it deep, come on! Get hold of it! Get out! Good year!
So Tony Fisher, I think, will be happy in the fact that his side have come back to level terms. And no doubt the former Great Britain number 9 will be hoping his side can go into the lead. Runcorn Highfield, though, they'll have other ideas, but Keighley the side in possession, just inside the Runcorn half, almost centre. And Keith Dixon takes up the acting half-back position. Over on the far side, but Norman Barrow trying to take advantage, but not being able to do so, and the referee says that Keighley can. So a Keighley side wanting to put the pressure on Highfield. Chris Arkwright in with a tackle there with the number 9, that's Paul Cooney. Conditions just about perfect. The sun shines here at Horton Road, and obviously both sides willing to move the ball about, and that's a good sign. Keighley putting pressure on though, and it takes a good pass from Rawlinson, but he's got the ball out, that Keighley player. So anxious moments here for Runcorn Highfield. Once again, just putting the pressure on. Here's Dixon looking to open up this Highfield defence. Oh, he's got to be going close, but Rawlinson brings him down. But in fact, what's the referee giving now? Oh, he's giving an obstruction against Runcorn Highfield. Well, in a position like this, you have to fancy Keith Dixon's chances of putting this one between the uprights. Should he do so, of course, he'll put his side into the lead for the first time this afternoon.
Once again, the owner of a white Fiesta, age
So Keith Dixon, he'll take his time with this one. And who can blame him? It's not a difficult one, but it's a pressure kick. Keith Dixon knows the importance of this penalty attempt. Keith Dixon then comes in, puts it firmly between the uprights. So Keighley into the lead now. Runcorn Highfield 6, Keighley 8. And Keith Dixon, the man with that penalty, and he scored more than 500 points for his Keighley side. So obviously a prolific scorer, Keith Dixon, and just illustrating it there with that penalty shot.
Come on, lads, work on that defence. Keep working, Jeff. Keep shouting, moving on together.
Kick deep, Norman. Come on, big it. Come on, get him up.
So a test now of Runcorn's character as Wayne Race on the kick-off. Comes forward, still going, he's a good player, the full-back. Had a good stint with Leeds and then with Bramley before arriving at Locombe Lane to take over the number 1 shirt with Keighley. Here's Stuart Turner, oh, good run by the second row, taking advantage. Stuart Turner, can he get in? He's just dragged down. Jeff Butterfield just managing to pull him down, assisted by Andy Gascoigne. And Runcorn Highfield get the free kick. Keighley wanting to hold Stuart Turner down. They didn't want Runcorn Highfield to get on with things, but Stuart Turner there, a good probing run by the tall second rower. He's been a good signing for Runcorn Highfield. Only here on loan, of course, but Highfield would very much like him to be a permanent part of the setup. Tommy Rawlinson then took some weaves, but they keep the defence holding firm. So Runcorn now moving left to right, trying to surprise open this Keighley defence for the second time of asking. Players eager to take them on. And inside that Keighley 25, well, that's where Runcorn want to be. Willie Johnson, a long pass will find Norman Barrow, finds Stuart Turner, quickly to Simon Chapel, to Alan Burrows, a chance here for the left wingman. Oh, but a good tackle. Just snuffs out the danger there, but it was good rugby by the Runcorn Highfield outfit. Now switching it. Simon Chapel looking for try number 2, ducking and weaving, coming back inside, but Keighley holding firm. Now then, it's the 5th tackle. We'll look for the tactics from this Runcorn Highfield side. Sean Barrow puts the boot in, the ball travels across field. Oh, chance here for Terry Rose. Has it got in? I don't think he has. The referee says he's bounced it. But very imaginative player there by Runcorn Highfield. Sean Barrow of all people, acting half-back and then firing it across field via his right boot. And all credit, I think it was Terry Rose coming in, but just couldn't ground the ball correctly. But a good effort. Keighley now the side in possession. Just 2 points separating these two sides, of course, and everything to play for. But Runcorn should have possession from this scrum. Willie Johnson gets the ball, but Keighley quickly up on Norman Barrow, so Simon Chapel attacked in half back to Willie Johnson, to Chris Arkwright, trying to knock them off, but Keighley defenders converging on him. Plays the ball back to Tommy Rawlinson, to Willie Johnson, play over on the far side. But Keighley defence holding firm on as Jeff Dean trying to go forward. Here's Arkwright to Willie Johnson. Norman Barrow now sets Stuart Turner free. Oh, Turner on a good run. Oh, this could be a second try. A magnificent run by Stuart Turner. He plunged in. What a great try for Stuart Turner. It really was an excellent try as Johnson and Arkwright set the tall, long-striding second row into space. And his speed did the rest. By any stretch of the imagination, that was an excellent try by Stuart Turner, showing good speed. I said earlier he'd been a good signing for Runcorn Highfield, albeit on loan, and illustrating that fact to the full. Splendid try. That Stuart Turner try puts Runcorn Highfield back in the lead, 10 points to 8, and we've had just about 25 minutes play. A difficult one for Norman Barrow, but well within his capabilities. Should he put this one between the uprights, well, it would just widen the gap that little bit further. But Runcorn Highfield have to be pleased with that Stuart Turner try. It really was a cracker. And here's Norman Barrow looking for this conversion. Norman Barrow then comes in, strikes it well, but it's got to go wide of this near side upright. So Runcorn Highfield in the lead, 10 points to 8, and just about 26 minutes gone of the game.
10, Keighley 8.
So, well, Tony Fisher will be looking for a positive response from his side, but from the kick-off, Frank Goodyear takes the ball very well. Norman Barrow attacks in half-back, finds Willie Johnson. Willie Johnson looks for support, finds it in the form of Simon Chappell, but Keith Dixon alive to the situation, and Runcorn Highfield with the possession, and of course Highfield with the lead as well. 10 points to 8. 26 minutes on the clock as Sean Dolan now tries to take Keighley on, just inside the Keighley half. This Runcorn Highfield side should start to play with a little bit more confidence following that Stuart Turner try. But they're caught all offside, so this will give a chance for Keith Dixon to return his side down this near side touchdown. The standoff does exactly that, so Heath Godfrey gets them underway. Oh, but losing the ball, and Norman Barrow gratefully picks that up onto Stuart Turner. Into his stride once again, but this time he gets the pass away to Tommy Rawlinson. It's a good run by Rawlinson before he's finally checked by that Keighley defender. I think the man in question, Andy Stevenson. But here's Runcorn again as they set up attack down that right-hand side. Willie Johnson, a good run by him, looking for support, but just can't get the pass into Simon Chappell. But the touch judge on the field, he's bringing Mr. Asquith over to have a word with him. It must have been off the ball incident, because I was following the play and I didn't see anything wrong, but obviously Mr. Asquith has taken heed of what the touch judge has to say, and he's going to single out the Keighley player. Obviously, in fact, he's sin-binned him. So the Keighley player, the man in question, Andy Stevenson, will miss the next 10 minutes. So Keighley's 12 men against the 13 of Runcorn Highfield. So can Highfield make that advantage tell? Well, strangely enough, they're coming back to the free kick, and it's well inside the, well, it's not well inside, it's about 5-10 yards inside the Highfield half, and in actual fact they finished up just about on the Keighley 25 with the move, but Norman Barrow might very well put them back there. In fact, he does exactly that. A good kick by the man wearing the number 3 shirt, but of course playing standoff with Gary Forbert having gone off and Terry Rose in the centre, but a good position in this for Runcorn Highfield. They lead 10 points to 8 and threatening once again. So good moments these for Runcorn Highfield as Sean Dolan tries to take them on. Can he flick the ball out of the tackle? He can as far as Terry Rose, and Terry Rose just accepts the tackle of Pat Mitchell. Terry Rose playing the ball back to Willie Johnson, to Jeff Dean. Jeff Dean charging forward. Runcorn Highfield in a strong position. They lead 10 points to 8. And looking for the third try of the afternoon. Chris Arkwright tries to straighten up. Oh, good play. Gets it to Stuart Turner. Chance here for Norman Barrow. He takes the pass. Norman Barrow in for the try. Well, that was an excellent build-up. Chris Arkwright finding Stuart Turner, and Turner once again racing into space, and all credit to Norman Barrow because he was on Turner's inside. The pass was perfect, the try a formality. The third try of the afternoon, and it was a good one too. Norman Barrow, the try scorer. Splendid effort by him.
Come on, Jeff, back. Come on. Keep moving.
Takes Runcorn Highfield to 14 points to Keighley's 8. And you have to say, Norman Barrow, well, favourite to put this one between the uprights. So Norman Barrow then, trying to convert his own well-taken try. The build-up quite superb. And makes no mistake, Norman Barrow. So Runcorn Highfield in that lead, 16 points to 8, and we've had, what, 32 minutes gone. So a good start this for Runcorn. So once again, we'll wait and see what kind of positive reply we can have from Tony Fisher's men. But certainly Norman Barrow's second goal will have given Runcorn even more confidence. In the meantime, Keighley have made a substitution as well. Ray Priestley has gone off and Kevin Rose has come on. We'll see if that change can inspire the men from Lochholm Lane. Frank Goodyear then from the kick-off. Man with the ball. And already Kevin Rose in with a tackle. But this Runcorn Highfield side will now begin to play. Well, they have been playing with a lot of confidence, probably even more so. Paul Cooney, Willie Johnson now. Onto Simon Chappell, comes inside, flicks it out to Paul Cooney. Paul Cooney selling the dummy, but then falling to the tackle of Kevin Rose. Willie Johnson puts boot to ball. And it could be that Jeff Butterfield will have to play that. No, he doesn't. It's gone over the dead ball line. So it could be a tap on the Keighley 25. Runcorn caught offside, so a chance for Keith Dixon to put his side inside the Runcorn half, and the standoff does exactly that. So it could be that Runcorn will have just a little bit of defending to do here, but if they can defend as well as they've attacked, well, perhaps they'll keep the Yorkshiremen at bay. But this Keighley side will want to impress. They'll want to get the second try on the board. They trail 16 points to 8. And the big men taking charge just inside that Runcorn 25. Feeding Gregory, then switching it back, and it's intelligent play this by Keighley. And just varying the tactics a little bit, keeping it short and then trying to open out, but there's an injury there to Stuart Turner and the Keighley player. Can't quite see who the Keighley lad is. But let's hope those two players are soon back on the feet. I think it was an accidental clash though between the two. But this Keighley side just setting up a nice position inside that Runcorn 25. But well, I think that Keighley player might be enjoying that little bit of treatment by the physio. And he appears to be quite all right. Stuart Turner still looks to be in a little bit of discomfort, but I'm sure he too will recover very quickly. The Runcorn physio not quite as attractive as the Keighley one, with respect, so perhaps Stuart Turner, although he's having problems with that knee, Stuart Turner, and obviously anxious moments here for him. He's been a good acquisition for Runcorn Highfield. Already scored one try, made another, and one or two breaks as well.
Put your gear back on.
And as I said earlier, the crowd, well, quite a good one here at Horton Road. Perhaps in the region of 800 to 900. But back to the game and keeping the side in possession on the attack in the form of Greg Eiley, the New Zealander. But Chris Arkwright coming to the rescue as Keighley switched the ball back inside, almost an interception there, and here's Jeff Dean on the charge, and the referees play on. So possession welcomed by Runcorn Highfield, but once again a Highfield player is injured, and a nice touch of sportsmanship there by the Keighley player. I think it was Andy Dickinson just checking that that Highfield player was all right. I think it's Chris Arkwright in fact. Meanwhile, play goes on and Runcorn up the far side. The referee deciding there was an obstruction there, so needless to say, the penalty will be Keighley's, and a good opportunity for Keith Dixon this to narrow the deficit. Keith Dixon looking for goal number 3. And you have to say, on his form so far in this first half, well, he'll be favourite for the 2 points.
Yeah, we've got to work.
Keith Dixon then, just taking his time, should he kick this? Well, 16 points to 10 will be the score. And he makes no mistake as those flags go off behind the post there. So Keith Dixon with his third goal of the afternoon. Now's the deficit. It's now Runcorn Highfield at 16, Keighley 10. And just a couple of minutes to half time, although perhaps there will be some stoppage time as well. So just as Runcorn look to be taking control, so the Yorkshiremen come back at them, and all credit to them for that. Norman Barrow gets us underway with a deep kick. Fielded by Pat Mitchell, loses his footing a little bit, and that's enough for Simon Chappell and Willie Johnson to come in with a tackle. So Keighley just outside their own 25, enjoying the possession, but not for very long, because I think that's been taken in the tackle. And here's Simon Chappell trying to evade the clutches of Phil Stevenson, not succeeding in doing that, but he'll be grateful for possession. This man will as well, Paul Cooney, striding away from acting half-back. So once again, Runcorn Highfield in a good position, looking to open this Keighley defence for the fourth time of asking. Tommy Rawlinson attacks in half-back, Willie Johnson, but has there been a knock-on? The referee agreeing with me. So the scrum will go down just about on that Keighley 25. And this time the ball comes out to Keighley, and they are grateful for that. The number 4, Andy Stevenson, quite rightly keeping possession. Not for very long, this Keighley side, and I think Tony Fisher will be a little bit disappointed with the controlling of the rugby ball there, particularly in their own 25, making mistakes and pulling Runcorn right back on the attack. Norman Barrow flicks it out of the tackle, but only finds a Keighley player. So then Keighley regain possession in the form of big Kevin Rose on the centre of that Keighley 25. Heath Godfrey wisely just keeping possession, accepting the tackle of Stuart Turner. A Keighley side, of course, here this afternoon, looking for the third victory over Runcorn Highfield. But Alan Bishop's men will have other ideas, of course, as Dixon boots it down that far side touchline. Tommy Rawlinson chases back, and the little fullback, all the time in the world, goes under the tackle of Keith Dixon, but then falls to Andy Gascoigne. So Runcorn, albeit in their own 25, have the vital possession. Jeff Dean working hard in the Highfield cause, and now Simon Chappell, good player, the Australian. Turner attacked in half-back, finds Willie Johnson, and he decides the best policy is boot to ball. Butterfield waits, takes it superbly well, runs across field, but Simon Chappell just manages to knock his ankles and then completes the tackle. This time it's Keighley enjoying possession. That was a good tackle once again by Simon Chappell. He's Godfrey attacked in half-back, looking to set things up. Keighley going right to left. Andy Gascoigne, I think, is the man there, being checked by two Runcorn men, Chris Harkright being one of them. Runcorn defence looks firm for the moment as Keighley now come left to right. Dixon is the man with the ball. He likes the little kick, but I think only finds Sean Barrow. So Runcorn once again with the possession. Willie Johnson attacked it out, quick to get on with things. Good tackle by Aidan Kelly though.
Come on, referee!
We've already had quite a bit of stoppage time as Jeff Dean comes charging forward. checked by Kevin Rose. Tommy Rawlinson attacked in half-back and to Norman Barrow, and he takes a leaf out of Willie Johnson's book and puts it downfield. Jeff Butterfield accepts and falls to the tackle of Sean Dolan. Keighley trying to come up this near side touchline. And playing the ball back then was Andy Stevenson. Once again, just ball going loose, and I think it's Gary Coulter has to do the tidying up. Oh, good pass though by that Keighley player, and it was good play. I think Greg Harley, the man in question, playing the ball to himself and making a further 10 yards before flicking the ball intelligently out of the path to Heath Godfrey, and anxious moments there for Runcorn Highfield. Good play by Greg Harley and Heath Godfrey, and the kick from Dixon probably a little bit wasted. There was too much weight on the kick, but I think a better policy would have been to move the ball this side, but obviously it's easy in the commentary box when you're watching, and of course Keith Dixon deciding that the boot was the way it should be done. So the tap out will be on the Runcorn 25.
Very shortly there'll be a ground collection on behalf of the ladies.
Go, Frank.
Local rugby player with Liverpool talent who sadly died just before
Get it wide out to these gaps, Runcorn. Come on.
16
points to 10, and Willie Johnson. And a long pass over here, Stuart Turner on the break. Oh, this is a good break once again by the sack. Got supporting shot. Turner ripping the heart out of this Keighley defence. Made good headway, and Sean Dolan realised the break was on. And a perfect example of what backing up can do, bringing its reward like that. Turner drew the cover superbly before switching the ball back inside to Sean Dolan, and Sean Dolan accepted the pass and went in for a very good try. So 20 points to 10, and surely Norman Barrow will make no mistake with this one. What an excellent first half for Runcorn Highfield. Half-time hooter can't be very far away, as Norman Barrows puts that one beautifully between the uprights. So Runcorn Highfield 22, Keighley 10. Well, who would have believed this Highfield side would have scored 4 magnificent tries in this first period. And in fact, that is the half-time here at Alton Road. A good one for Runcorn Highfield. It remains to be seen whether they can carry on in that rich vein in the second period. And of course, Tony Fisher, well, he'll have some talking to do to his side. You can bet on that. So Runcorn Highfield eager to get back on the field, leading 22 points to 10 at the break. the 22 points Runcorn. Goals responsible. So this second period, well, I wonder what's in store. The Runcorn Highfield get more points. Can Keighley get back into the game? No doubt Tony Fisher will have his words of wisdom in that dressing room, but of course Alan Bishop will have also been speaking wisely to the Runcorn men. Second half underway then. And I would think that Keighley would want to reply as quickly as possible. Terry Rose though wearing the 14 shirt, good to see him back. Did have a bad break of course, was out of the game for a long spell before coming back, and it's been a long haul, wanting to build up that confidence. Kicking very much part and parcel of the game these days, more than ever. And here's Sean Barrow collecting the kick and then falling to the tackle of Pat Mitchell. Tommy Rawlinson attacked in half-back. Air of confidence about this Runcorn side. Willie Johnson looking to set up Jeff Dean. Jeff Dean accepting the pass. A good work for Runcorn Highfield. Willie Johnson attacked in half-back. Feeding Simon Chappell. Here comes Terry Rose. Oh, just as his ankle's tapped. In fact, the ball going loose. And then eventually over the touchline. So we're the first scrum of this second period. Heath Godfrey, the Keighley number 7, and Godfrey comes up with the possession. But I think that's Simon Chappell quickly out of the scrum to complete the tackle. Here's Dixon, Keighley moving it left to right, but then coming infield and the tackle from Chris Arkwright, strong enough.
You're watching, Runcorn, you're watching them. Get into them.
As you can see, just inside the Keighley half, almost centre. So Keighley giving the ball plenty of air. Dixon trying to set them up. Oh, but here's an interception by Willie Johnson down the left-hand side. Danger here, oh, but a good tackle by Keith Dixon, I think it was, racing back. Willie Johnson eager to get on the end of that pass by that Keighley player. But all credit to Dixon, he did get back and just snuff it out. But good effort by Willie Johnson. This is a splendid break by Frank Goodyear as well. Excellent play by the number 10 for Runcorn Highfield. So a good position for them as Norman Barrow tried to get Stuart Turner free. But Stuart Turner dealt with by the Keighley right centre, Gary Coulter. Tommy Rawlinson attacks that. Oh, says the dummy, Tommy Rawlinson. Oh, it could be a try for Tommy Rawlinson. Here it is. Well, Tommy Rawlinson. Oh, and I think he may have taken a kick there to the face as well, perhaps. But Tommy Rawlinson did well to get in for the try. I think the referee's awarded try. Oh, and feelings now just running a little bit high, a little bit silly this. Mr. Asquith must take control of the situation. Players just losing their heads a little bit, but and taking the gloss away from that try by Tommy Rawlinson. It was a good effort by the fullback from acting half-back, caught that Keighley defence totally unawares, and he went in for the try. A good effort it was too, and Mr. Asquith, all credit to him, just settled things down a little bit. And Norman Barrow with a chance for goal number 5. Tommy Rawlinson, well, the 5th try for Runcorn Highfield that was, and you know, he did exceptionally well. You can say no more than that. Norman Barrow, well, looking to make it 30 points for Runcorn Highfield. A splendid effort by him. So Norman Barrow then, in fact looking for goal number 4. Kick 3 in the first half, I think it was, and here he is. It looks a good one too. right between the uprights, so good play from Norman Barrow. Oh, but now the referee, well, he's given a penalty goal as well for that foul tackle on Tommy Rawlinson. So Mr. Asquith obviously had a good view of the situation. Perhaps he took notice of the touch judge as well, but he's given, yes, he suggested that the knee perhaps went in on Tommy Rawlinson, and so a second opportunity at goal for Norman Barrow. Well, it'll stretch the lead to 30 points to 10 should he get this one. Instead of 6 points, it'll become 8 points for that try and 2 goals, and obviously he'd have to fancy his chances right underneath the uprights. Looking for goal number 5, the Runcorn Highfield player. So what a start for Runcorn Highfield, as Norman Barrow has taken his time, comes in, and once again puts it firmly between the uprights. So, well, Runcorn Highfield 30, Keighley 10. So no doubt Alan Bishop will be well pleased with proceedings so far. The referee just having 1 or 2 words of wisdom, just settling things down, and I think you have to say that's a good piece of refereeing. His corner plays over and just suggesting perhaps that let the football do the talking. And Keith Dixon with the kick-off. Barrow field, he'll be happy enough to take possession on the tattle. The tries from Runcorn Highfield have been, well, of the highest calibre this afternoon, and I think the connection will be well pleased the way this game is progressing. But now a chance here for Keith, the short side, but the ball has gone loose, but perhaps the referee will bring them back. Yes, not quite satisfied with the way things were proceeding, so Heath Godfrey with a second opportunity to put the ball into the scrum. And now then a chance here for Gascoigne, switching the ball back inside, but once again it's gone loose. I think it was Gary Quilter just couldn't take possession, but Simon Chappell can over on the far side, trying to get Alan Burrows free, but all credit to Keighley on that particular occasion, just alive to the situation. I think Wayne Race, the man in question, here's Simon Chappell. Runcorn Highfield is still willing to give the ball, despite being, well, just about on their own 25 there. And now Norman Barrow once again moving it away to Simon Chappell, but accepts the tackle as well he might. And now the kick and the chase is on, but Keighley should have this one covered in the form of Butterfield. But oh, splendid follow-up by Norman Barrow. He was the original kicker of that ball and a perfect example of how to follow your own kick-up, but I think perhaps now Runcorn Highfield have been caught offside. And chatting to the referee as well, doing themselves no favours, so a chance here for Keighley to get towards that Runcorn 25 once again.
You can't have bloody lies. Even me knitting straighter.
So Keighley, a chance to put the pressure on. Moving the ball sweetly enough, using the big men. Heath Godfrey likes to bring his forwards onto the short ball and then perhaps move it wide. That was Kevin Rose. Aidan Kelly attacked in half-back, flicking the ball intelligently enough out of the tackle. But Alan Burrows quickly in, the defensive man for Runcorn. But this is a good opportunity for the Yorkshiremen to put that pressure on. They're very, very close to that Runcorn Highfield line, as now they switch it to the backs and let it come across the line, but not quickly enough, and all credit to Chris Arkwright there, going in, and Chris Arkwright in fact coming away with the ball, well, not only producing the tackle, the experienced former Great Britain man, but he knows possession is vital as well. Jeff Dean, head down, charges forward. The tackle from Phil Stevenson. Tommy Rawlinson attacked in half-back. Simon Chappell comes over the 25, but Keighley defence holding firm. Aidan Kelly, the man in question, but holding down in the tackle, so the penalty going to Alan Bishop's men. And Runcorn Highfield wishing to make a substitution. Sean Dolan looks to be the man coming off. Looks to be carrying that left arm. And the number 15 coming on is Dean Goulding. So Runcorn Highfield just having to make the change there as Norman Barrow dispatches the ball over this near side touchline as we look at it. And Sean Barrow will get us underway to Willie Johnson, to Jeff Dean, back to Johnson, a long pass by Stuart Turner, who almost escapes the clutches of that Keighley defender, but couldn't quite escape Stuart Turner. Runcorn eager to get on with the action. Paul Cooney attacked in half-back. Here's Willie Johnson again, but this time Keighley defence holding firm. Runcorn, Norman Barrow to Chris Arkwright, misses Turner out and finds Rawlinson onto Simon Chappell. Inside goes Chappell, looking for support, finds it in Norman Barrow. A chance here for Willie Johnson, ducking back inside the little scrum half. Nowhere to go on his left hand side. He's a very experienced number 7, just brought the ball back in field. Goodyear attacked in half back, fires a long one to Dean Goulding, virtually his first touch. So good moments these for Runcorn Highfield once again as Willie Johnson finds. The field, bringing the tackle off, but really had a fancied Runcorn Highfield to score there. Here's Frank Goodyear to Burrows, back by Runcorn Highfield. Frank Goodyear looking for support. Oh, Goodyear still going forward to Alan Burrows, got in for the try. A good one by Alan Burrows, and you have to say that was the Alan Burrows the combination, as first Goodyear, then Burrows, then Goodyear again, and finally Burrows took the pass and managed to scamper in for the try. A good one it was too. And the 6th try of the afternoon for Runcorn Highfield. A good effort, 34 points to 10. Well, who would have believed that we would have been in for a try-scoring feast such as we're having now here at Horton Road. Keighley, of course, will be very disappointed with the defensive duties, and I could well imagine Tony Fisher being a very unhappy man in that dugout. As Norman Barrow looks for goal number 6. He's just missed one this afternoon, Norman Barrow. Otherwise, he's had his goal-kicking boots on, and here he comes in with this one. Strikes it beautifully, right between the uprights. So Runcorn Highfield now go 36 points to 10 in the lead. 6 tries and 6 goals for them. And of course, the question now is for the Yorkshiremen, can they get back into this game? Well, they need a quick try. And a conversion, I think, to perhaps threaten this rampant Runcorn Highfield outfit this afternoon. Sean Barrow from the kick-off. Puts his head down and comes forward. He'll be happy with the possession. Chris Arkwright. And the one big feature, apart from the fact that Runcorn Highfield have scored 6 tries, they've all been very good scores as well. Some excellent spade work, the backing up has been there, and I'm sure Tommy Rawlinson in the clear, the little fullback, over the halfway line he goes, he's looking round for support. Can he get the pass into Turner? No, he can't. In fact, just undoing the good work, not a good one, and that's allowed Keighley to recover. But certainly Tommy Rawlinson already scored a try, and he's obviously enjoying himself. But Gascoigne doing the tidying up for his Keighley side. Simon Chappell there, the defensive man. Aidan Kelly attacked in half-back, preferring to get Keighley going down that far side. I would imagine the Runcorn Highfield connections would be absolutely delighted with this, but of course, from a Keighley point of view, well, they'll not be so happy. But here they are on the attack anyway. Sean Barrow goes racing back now. That ball, well, much too strong.
Come on, Tommy!
You could almost feel the confidence running through that Runcorn Highfield side. As well it might. It's been a splendid performance by them. Paul Cooney eager to get on with the action. Oh, and a chance here once again for Stuart Turner. Tries to flick the ball back inside to Sean Barrow. Not a good one though, and Heath Godfrey does the tidying up. But once again, Stuart Turner showing his pace. And being penalised, Runcorn just throwing the punch in the tackle. So Keith Dixon with a chance to push his side down towards that Runcorn Highfield 25.
Come on, turn him!
So, well, the ball snatched loose, but only as far as a Keighley player. Dixon getting away to Butterfield, and Keighley attacking down that right-hand side. Runcorn defence holding firm though. As big Greg Keighley takes the charge. He's a good player, the number 8. Here's Heath Godfrey. Phil Murphy trying to stretch them and flicking the ball in, back inside to Godfrey. Now a chance here for Pat Mitchell. Tries to go inside Sean Barrow, but it's a good tackle by the Runcorn number 2. Godfrey attacked in half-back, flicking the ball inside to Ray Priestley. Ray Priestley drives forward, but Terry Rose is there. Not before he's got it back to Godfrey though. Good work this by this Keighley side. So Runcorn Highfield, well, just a little bit under pressure here as Keighley putting the pressure on, looking for the score. Runcorn holding firm for the moment. Keighley anxious to get on with things. They're in a good position, the Yorkshire men. And the free kick is theirs. That player has been held on his back. I think Ray Priestley, the man in question, so just couldn't quite get the ball down. Referee right on the spot, Mr. Asquith. So a bit of a let off there for Runcorn Highfield, and Keighley will be a little bit disappointed that pressure didn't bring its just reward. I think we've got the penalty from the scrum. Differential though it is, it'll mean that Keighley can keep up the pressure, and goal kicks have not much use at the minute. And here they are on the charge. Big Greg Keighley, has he got in? He must be inches short there, the big New Zealander. Playing the ball back. It comes across to Heath Godfrey. Heath Godfrey looking for support, finds it in Gascoigne. But Stuart Turner wraps the Keighley loose forward up. Godfrey once again looking for support, finds it in Dixon. The chase is on. Sean Barrow, can he beat him to it? I think the referee is going to bring them back anyway. Knock on. So the scrum will go down, still well inside that Runcorn 25, so still anxious moments here for Alan Bishop's men. Willie Johnson puts the ball in, and Willie Johnson picks the ball up, possession vital for him. And of course his side.
Get over the bloody ball!
Having much of the... Okay. So anxious moments here now for Runcorn Highfield as Greg Keighley looks support. Can he get it in Gascoigne? He can. That's a good try for Keighley. Andy Gascoigne getting in for the try, and it was good work, good build-up by Greg Keighley, and a good try for Keighley. So that surely will give them some heart. Gascoigne try, making it 36 points to 14. And Keith Dixon will be favourite to put his 4th success of the afternoon between those uprights. Should he do that, well, he'll narrow the gap still a little more. Dixon just looking and comes in, and it looks a good one, right between the uprights for the Keighley number 6. So that Gascoigne try and Dixon goal makes the score Runcorn Highfield 36, Keighley 16. And Runcorn under a fair amount of pressure there by the men from Lawcombe Lane, and perhaps Tony Fisher will be feeling just a little bit better at this stage. But of course his side need, I would think, at least a couple more tries to really get back into this game. Keighley trying to use the forward dominance of the big front men, Greg Keighley and Ray Priestley, and then Heath Godfrey taking charge. That was a strong tackle too on that Keighley player by Terry Rose, but here's Mitchell, possibly offside. Sean Barrow took advantage, but I think Mr. Asquith suggesting that Keighley was still in an offside position and should have let the player run the 5 yards or so. So the penalty going to Runcorn Highfield, and a chance for Norman Barrow to dispatch his side down this near side touchline as we look at it. So we're going to see a move of sorts here as Paul Cooney works this intricate movement, and in fact the ball goes in good fashion across the face of that Keighley defence, but not causing too much bother to Keighley. And Simon Chappell, I think, though, has taken a nasty bang to loose forward, but Runcorn Highfield is still on the attack in the form of Chris Arkwright. Just on the Keighley 25, Willie Johnson organising things as he takes possession from Paul Cooney. A short one finds Frank Goodyear, but a good strong tackle halts the danger as Willie Johnson puts the ball out to Jeff Dean, charging forward, but once again Keighley defence looking a little bit surer, holding firm for the moment. Willie Johnson drop goal attempt, but wide of the left hand upright. Always ready to drive a drop goal, Willie Johnson, but didn't quite succeed with that one. And the referee is still coming back, and he's going to have a look at Simon Chappell, obviously concerned there. Alan Bishop on to have a look at his loose forward. He's had a good game, Simon Chappell, scored the opening try, a good one too, but he's taken a rather heavy knock. And the referee just coming out to have a word with the touch judge. Did he see anything untoward? I don't think so. But obviously the most important thing is to make sure that Simon Chappell is fit and well. Loose forward. Let's hope that that injury is not as bad as it looks. Looks to be well out, Simon Chappell, suffering from concussion and obviously taking a very heavy knock. Alan Bishop very concerned there, and people around Simon Chappell, the medics on, and obviously everyone concerned about him. And there goes the sad sight of the unfortunate Simon Chappell having to leave the field on a stretcher. Let's hope that all is well with him as soon as possible. In the meanwhile, the game has restarted and Keighley the side in possession. So Simon Chappell departs, and Sean Dolan on for him. Sean Dolan, of course, already been on, but went off with what looked to be an arm injury, but having to come back for the unlucky Simon Chappell. Right then, Keighley decided possession, or rather they were, because that was a knock-on. And Runcorn Highfield 36 points to 16 to the good. And once again, if Runcorn get possession here, well, good opportunities for them to put further pressure on this Keighley side. But the referee wanting to make sure all is well. I think it's Alan Burrows that's taken a knock. Runcorn Highfield at number 5 already scored a try. All is well with him, so the action will begin very shortly. So Willie Johnson takes possession to Norman Barrow, looking for pass the ball on to Sean Dolan. Oh, a good break by Sean Dolan, just trying to shrug off, but can't shrug off the keeping number 3, Gary Coulter. Sean Dolan playing the ball back to Tommy Rawlinson. Tommy Rawlinson deciding to try to take them on. Oh, a good little break by the full-back, just losing his footing, and Keighley recover in the form of Dixon. This is Jeff Dean charging forward, so Runcorn, well, in a good strong position. Looking for try number 7, should they get it, of course. Willie Johnson sells an outrageous dummy, then darts forward, but Aidan Kelly alive to the situation. Runcorn eager to get on with the situation. Here's Norman Barrow, oh, looking to offload, but he can only find a Keighley player, and in fact it was the 5th tackle, so Keith Dixon will play the ball back to Heath Godfrey. He will find the big number 10, Ray Priestley. They work hard, the 2 Keighley put forwards, and that looks as though, well, another player has taken a knock. Can't see who it is at the moment, but except to say it's obviously a Runcorn player. Was it Stuart Turner? I think it was. But all is well with him. He's had a good game, Stuart Turner. Had 1 or 2 knocks as well. And the referee just having a words of wisdom with the Keighley player. So the penalty going to Runcorn Highfield, and Norman Barrow puts his side well within striking distance of that Keighley line. And Paul Cooney will get us underway with the tap, and Runcorn Highfield working this intricate movement once again, looking for the ball. Who's going to take it? Frank Goodyear. So Runcorn Highfield now putting the pressure very much on the offensive. Chris Arkwright feeding the ball back inside to Norman Barrow. A short pass onto Stuart Turner. Chance here for Sean Dolan. Cuts inside his man Sean Dolan. Can he head to the try line? Not quite. But that was good angling by this Runcorn Highfield side. Sean Barrow attacked in half-back. Flicks the ball away to Norman Barrow. Norman Barrow pushing his way forward. And the ball just knocked down. And over this near side touchline it goes. So the pressure coming to nothing in the end, but some good handling prior to that ball going over the touchline.
Nominated by our sponsor today, ST Sports, is number 12, Stuart Turner.
So the referee just waiting through Keighley to reorganise, and the scrum can go down. Willie Johnson puts the ball in, and Johnson comes up with the possession, finds Norman Barrow quickly onto Sean Dolan, comes inside his man Sean Dolan, makes further progress before the defenders converge on him. Ray Priestley being one of them. Sean Dolan just getting a little bit aggrieved. Here's Frank Goodyear. He'll take them on, but once again the Keighley defence holding firm. Willie Johnson attacking half-back, flicks the ball away to his left-hand side. Norman Barrow coming infield, gets the ball back to Willie Johnson. Willie Johnson, a long lofted pass, finds Sean Dolan, going for the corner. Sean Dolan, oh, a good run by him. Well, was he in touch? Well, he was in touch, but perhaps the referee may have shouted out before he was dragged over the touchline. And it looks like that's what the decision is. So Sean Dolan will be allowed to play the ball back from where he was tackled, and that's more like it. Stuart Turner attacks in half-back, finds Norman Barrow, a long pass, finds Tommy Rawlinson. Rawlinson showing the ball and then shrugging off one tackle, and he's got supported Chris Arkwright. Can he find a player with support? Arkwright, he can find Norman Barrow, dancing his way through this Keighley defence. Norman Barrow, can he get in for the try? Oh, he can. A good one by Norman Barrow. Well, the 7th try of the afternoon, and the second one for Norman Barrow. Chris Arkwright setting up quite beautifully. Tommy Rawlinson before that, all causing problems before the ball was pushed back inside to Norman Barrow, and at that stage, well, the try still had to be scored, but Norman Barrow not only is a good goal kicker, he's a good try scorer as well. His second of the afternoon, a good one for him. So 40 points to 16 with a goal kick still to come. And Norman Barrow are looking for goal number 7. 7 out of 8 attempts for the Runcorn Highfield player. And he makes no mistake with goal number 7. So 42 points to 16 this Runcorn Highfield side lead. A good afternoon for them. Not such a good one for Keighley, I'm afraid. But the Highfield connections will be very well pleased. The tries have been of excellent value this afternoon from a Runcorn point of view. Norman Barrow in the thick of the action as well, immediately from the kick-off.
Come on, Runcorn!
Much more organised this Runcorn Highfield side of late. Willie Johnson organising things at the back, and Chris Arkwright marshalling the forwards up front. The strong running of Stuart Turner, the hard working of the two prop forwards, all helping this Runcorn Highfield cause. But Keighley the side on the attack down that far side touchline. So Runcorn will have some defending to do here if Keighley can put the pressure on.
Come on, lads, work! Frankie, come on!
The big men charging in, but Runcorn defence holding firm. Godfrey attacks in half-back, working the run-around move, but not getting the return pass from Phil Murphy. Murphy just a little bit slow getting to his feet. Obviously took a knock in that tackle. Here's Godfrey trying to set things up on the right-hand side for Pat Mitchell, but once again the Runcorn Highfield defence holding firm, and Phil Murphy still having to receive treatment, and the referee's attention has been drawn to the fact that the young man is having some difficulty there in getting to his feet. In fact, it's the number 10, I think, Ray Priestley, who's the man in question, who's having a spot of bother with the injury. So the referee, which side will he come to? The Keighley side, that tells us Runcorn have possession in the form of Tommy Rawlinson. .42 points to 16. And I wonder how long it is since a Runcorn Highfield side scores 7 tries and 7 goals in a match. Here's Norman Barrow, the little kick and chase, but this time it doesn't quite come off, although Runcorn Highfield have possession and the tackle's wiped out. Chris Arkwright to Norman Barrow to Tommy Rawlinson, ducks inside and loses his footing a little bit, the full-back.
Come on, Runcorn! Come on, Runcorn!
Just looking at Norman Barrow's points tally, 7 goals and 2 tries. Well, he could be on course to beat Terry Rose's record for points in a match. 22 points to his credit already. I think Terry Rose holds the record with 24 points. Almost interception there by Alan Burrows going down the left-hand side. The youngster did well. He had his ankles tapped, but then got up and made further progress. Good play by him. Willie Johnson attacked in half-back. Runcorn now moving the ball across field. Man in possession is Chris Arkwright. A good strong driving run by him. The ball being pushed back to Jeff Dean, and then The ball just being intercepted by that Keighley player.
Come on, get into it again!
So Keighley will want the possession. They've had a lot of defending to do this afternoon, but that's a good run. But then the pass, not quite so good, but puts Keighley still on the attack. Wayne Race, I think it is, doing well down that right-hand side. But Runcorn Highfield, well, they come up with the possession in the form of Tommy Rawlinson. Jeff Dean attacked in half-back. So this Keighley side doing good work and then spoiling things for themselves, just giving possession away to this eager Runcorn Highfield side.
Come on, lads, come on!
So the kick and the chase from Willie Johnson on Owen, it sits up perfectly for him. And it gives a chance down this right-hand side for Dean Goulding, and he does well to keep inside that touchline actually. Terry Rose attacks in half-back. Good moments these for Runcorn again as Stuart Turner tries to put the kick in, but it doesn't quite come off. Jeff Butterfield alive to the situation. This is Keith Dixon. A long pass, Keighley quite willing to give the ball out, and this is a good run by Andy Gascoigne, flicking the ball back inside, and it takes a good pass by Sean Dolan, but he's got the ball out to Wayne Race, and chance here for Keighley. Good play by them, but once again the final pass going astray, and Runcorn eager to pick up the possession. Goulding flicking the ball back inside, but then Runcorn undoing their good work as well and only finding a Keighley player. The number 15 is Kevin Rose. One thing for sure, Runcorn Highfield are going to record their second win of the season. As Phil Murphy tries to take them on.
Come on, Highfield, keep them out, come on!
Number 9 is Aidan Kelly, looking for support, finds it in Greg Eiley out to the far side. A chance here for Keighley, but Runcorn recover and push Wayne Race over that far side touchline. So the scrum going down and Willie Johnson comes up with the possession. They've had a lot of possession this afternoon, Runcorn Highfield, but all credit to them because they've made it tell as well with those 7 tries. Tommy Rawlinson ducking at this time, not evading the clutches of the Keighley defender. And the ball being booted downfield towards Jeff Butterfield, takes it superbly over the halfway line, then crosses over, but falls to the tackle of Stuart Turner and loses the ball as well, and Sean Dolan says thank you very much.
Come on, you've got to work again, come on! Out this way, switch in.
Paul Cooney to Willie Johnson, working the short side. Tommy Rawlinson. Tommy Rawlinson checked by Wayne Race. Alan Burrows attacked in half back. Puts the ball out to Willie Johnson, ducking back inside. And Runcorn Highfield very much on the attack. Cooney looking to move the ball to his left. Flicking the ball out now, and here's Stuart Turner on the charge. Stuart Turner all going round in beautiful style, rounds Jeff Butterfield. This is a great try for Stuart Turner. Dives in, his second one of the afternoon. A splendid effort it was too. Man of the match, Stuart Turner, this afternoon. And really a perfect illustration of just how that's come about. His second try is good one. His first one was a good one. His second one, well, equally as good, if not better. A splendid afternoon for the tall running second rower. And Runcorn Highfield's 8th try. It really was set up quite beautifully, but Stuart Turner has got the pace, and when he has the pace and the space provided, well, he's always going to be a danger. And here's Norman Barrow looking for goal number 8. Norman Barrow then, and it's an easy one for him. 7 out of 8 already. 8 out of 9 now for the standoff. So Runcorn Highfield 48 points, Keighley 16. And obviously for Yorkshire men will be very, very disappointed. But of course from a Runcorn Highfield point of view, well, they'll be absolutely delighted with that. You can hear the shouts of can we have 50? Well, who knows with this Runcorn Highfield side this afternoon. They've had a lot of defeats in the last couple of years, of course. A lot of drubbings as well, but always kept going. And now getting the reward, getting a good team together, being organised as well on and off the field. And it's paying rich dividends. The crowd have been treated to some excellent tries this afternoon. Good rugby as well. Little bit sorry for Keighley. They've felt the full force of this Runcorn Highfield side. And Stuart Turner, man of the match, playing the ball back. Norman Barrow boots it downfield. And the ball, oh, it's bounced awkwardly. A chance here if Norman Barrow can get there first. I think he can. He's picked it up, Norman Barrow, and here's try number 3 for him. Dives in, Norman Barrow, right under the post, and brings the 50 points up. Well, really, all credit to Norman Barrow. Perhaps you think Keighley should have cleared that one, but all credit to the Runcorn Highfield player, because he followed the kick up. The ball did bounce very, very awkwardly indeed, but he took full advantage, scooped the ball up and went in for his 3rd success of the afternoon. Well, what a marvellous afternoon it's been for Norman Barrow. And here he is looking for goal number 9. And already he's beaten, I think, Terry Rose's 24 points, a record for points in a match. But this goal kick, well, will surely be his 9th success of the afternoon. Already kicked 8 goals and 3 tries. So this one would give him a personal tally of 30 points. Splendidly earned as well. So Norman Barrow. Norman Barrow then. Good for him, and the final looter sounds as well. So what an afternoon it's been for Runcorn Highfield, and Norman Barrow in particular. 3 tries and 9 goals, giving him a record for points in a match, and a final scoreline at Orton Road of Runcorn Highfield 4, Keighley 16.
At home this season is next Saturday against Nottingham. Next Sunday, Runcorn Highfield v Nottingham here at Orton Road. Last home match of the season. Kick off 3 p.m. next Sunday. Thank you.